Authentically capturing the sound of your acoustic guitar while amplified through speakers has been the holy grail that guitarists have been seeking for decades. LR Baggs promises that they have found the solution. Today we are going to find out. I'm throwing a bunch of different things at their Tone Print DI to see if it lives up to the hype. So stay tuned. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name's Chris McKee. I'm here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and like our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, visit our spring store link below for our customized t-shirts. Also check us out on Patreon, and we have a fun podcast called the Fretboard Confessionals you can find wherever you get podcasts. So, fun stuff going on. Like today. Today's gonna be fun because you're gonna go on a journey with me. We have a different setup today for a particular reason. I'm going to put this bad boy, LR Baggs Tone Print DI or Voiceprint DI, to the test. So the Voiceprint DI is taking a page out of something that we've seen in the electric guitar world for a bit, and that is impulse response. So if you've been watching this channel, you've probably seen us do videos with some pedals like the Strymon, what is that pedal called? That is the Iridium, the IR, there you go, the Iridium. And it's an impulse response pedal. Strymon says it sounds like a Deluxe, it sounds like a Vox AC30, it sounds like a Marshall Plexi. And the idea is that they've captured the sound of these amps in these small boxes through magic and science. That's what LR Baggs is trying to do today. It's a little bit different though, because instead of giving us a box that has a bunch of presets in it, like this is what a 1930s Martin HD28 sounds like played through a ribbon mic. Instead of doing that, they say that in this box, along with your iPhone, you can create your own voice print, your own impulse response of your actual acoustic guitar. And that's a lofty claim. Because like I said at the outset, that's the holy grail. That's what everyone wants to do. The difficulty with most pickups is this. You don't sound like your acoustic guitar. So imagine, here's the conundrum. You spend thousands of dollars perhaps, or even hundreds of dollars on an acoustic guitar because you like the way it sounds acoustically. That guitar has a pickup system in it, and when you want to play, you plug into a PA or you plug into an amp, or you're recording at home and you plug in direct and you want the sound of that guitar. And what you get instead is the sound of the pickup, which can be totally different than the guitar, depending upon what type of pickup it is, whether it's magnetic or piezo or a mixed bag of things. There's microphones, and that's been a big thing. That's been the goal in the past, to capture the sound of the guitar. You use a mic. We use a microphone like this warm mic, when we are demoing acoustic guitars for you on the channel to capture the sound of what that guitar sounds like. That's not very realistic in a live setting. If you are trying to play into a mic, if you've ever done it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I don't recommend it. You can't move. You have to be kind of right there, because if you move off axis at all, then the sound changes, and there's all sorts of feedback issues. If you're using monitors of any kind, you're going to have feedback. Even if you're not, it can feedback from the house. So mics in front of the guitar, not great. Mics inside the guitar have been a way of saying, okay, we'll capture the sound. And LR Baggs has done a great job of that. Their Anthem and their lyric pickups are great. I have them in my guitars, and that is a mic inside the guitar to try to capture that sound. But they all of these solutions come with their own inherent problems or shortcomings. And none of them, I think we can safely say, sound exactly like your acoustic guitar. And it's not that hard to understand why that's difficult to capture, because it's not just the vibration of the strings. It's not just the vibration of the top. There's air moving around in here, and there's air moving around out here. And all of that is what we're hearing. Now, the idea of being able to capture that in a file with the technology that we have today is intriguing, and I don't think entirely impossible. So before we jump in, let's talk about kind of what impulse response is. In effect, you are turning that sound into ones and zeros in different categories and shaping the sound. Everything we hear ultimately can be boiled down to frequencies, reverb, and compression of, or amplification of those frequencies, along with sustain. So if you strum a note or a chord on your guitar, you're hearing all of these different prominent frequencies, all these less prominent frequencies, the sustain of different strings or different frequencies over others, the reverb, which is kind of the air around the note, and the compression of some of those frequencies. And if you can take and accurately reproduce those in ones and zeros, then you can capture that sound. It's a lofty thing. It's been done in high-end digital pianos for years, where we sell them here in the store. They capture not just the sound of the notes, but the reverberation, sympathetic reverberation of the strings in a grand piano, the sound of the key actually going down, all sorts of things. So we know the technology is getting closer and closer there. It's pretty unique to do this with a phone. So here's what we're going to do. I've got my iPhone here. This is an iPhone 12 Pro Max. And they say that this is compatible with any iPhone from iPhone 6 up. Android users, sorry, you don't qualify. And I'm not sure why, but this is not the first audio app that's not available on Android. I think it has something to do with what's available at the core of the OS versus what's not, and just processor and handling of audio stuff. So if you're an Android fan, don't hate, don't come at me. It's not, I didn't make the app. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my screen so that we can, through the magic of editing, share this with you later as you see what I'm doing. And we're starting off with this Gibson. This is the Generation Collection Jumbo, and it's got an LR Baggs pickup in it. I'm also going to compare a Taylor with an Alcoa body, which acoustically should sound different than this from the tone woods and the body shape. And then we're also going to use a 000 Martin, a 16 series with a Fishman pickup. So all the pickups are different, all the builders are different, all the body shapes are different, and the tone woods are different. So if this thing actually is making an impulse response, and we should hear the differences between guitars, and hopefully it matches up pretty well with what this warm microphone picks up. So we're going to scan first thing on the phone with Bluetooth. So Bluetooth has to be enabled. Pedal's on. It's going to scan for it. We're going to add pedal. It says to begin holding down the voice button, and I'm going to get a code. And I punch that in. Okay, got my code. It's 9479. And pair. And there we go. It says no voice print. Got it. Okay. Now, there's a bunch of controls on the pedal and in the app. You can deal with phase. It creates its own unique anti-feedback measure for your guitar. Now know that if you adjust that, you're adjusting frequency. So it's basically going to identify which frequencies your guitar inherently makes that are prone to feedback, and you can dial those out. So that's going to change your voice. You can also blend how much of the voice, the voice print voice you have versus just the dry pickup sound. And then it has a select knob and a next knob, which effectively do the same thing of going through different tone presets or saved presets. So from what I've understood at this point, there's nothing already set up in there. So it doesn't come with like an HD28 with a studio mic. So from what I've seen. So we're at P000, and I can bypass from the phone. That's cool. You can also adjust levels and EQ. So there's a lot of controls on the phone itself. And then you've got voice prints, so you can create a new voice print. You've got presets that you can save in there. Pretty cool. All right, let's create a new voice print. So the idea is you put this in front of you and you hit create new voice print. Would like to use my microphone? Yes. Okay, plug in and position your phone and guitar as shown, 6 to 8 inches away. Okay. Levels look good. Create voice print. Oh, it says press start button and tap firmly on bridge once every second until prompted. Okay, strum several chords in multiple positions on the neck, letting the strings ring out. Slowly pick individual strings of several chords and let them ring. Okay. Play individual notes or scales up and down the neck. Okay, it says complete. Interesting. I have to think that if you were kind of ham-fisted, this could have better and worse results. So I'm kind of ham-fisted sometimes, so there you go. All right, generate voice print. It's processing. The pedal's doing stuff. Voice print complete. Plug voice print DI into speaker to preview. Okay, so here's what we've done because we're recording and I need to hear at the same time. In fact, we kind of put our heads together and we're confused how we're going to do this video for a bit, but we figured it out. I have these wonderful air traffic control headphones from PreSonus so that I can direct all of the traffic coming to San Antonio International Airport and tell them to pull up. This is going into a Fender Acoustic Junior Go, and the pedal's going to radial DI, and we're splitting it to the recording that you're going to hear versus what I'm going to hear over here. So, turning it on. Okay, so the voice print's on. Interesting. Okay, so I think I can blend right here and hear the difference. So we're going to go 100%. I don't hear a difference. Let's set it at 0. And save. Preset name, we'll just do this 0001. Okay. And we'll call it Gibby. There we go. Save. And I'm hearing things. It's like doing stuff. Okay. All right, so we're on 0001. This is the Gibson. Now here's the thing we were messing around with earlier. I should be able to bypass, so if I hit mute, there's nothing. If I hold down mute, I'm supposed to get a blinking button. Bypass, okay. Okay, well I'm not getting bypass. Still on mute. Bypass is supposed to flash. Okay, bypass isn't working. So here's, oh, there we go. Okay, blinking. So this is bypass. Okay, that's bypassed, that's voice print. Got it. Okay, so here, I'm going to switch back and forth so we can hear it. Here is the pickup. gotta say, that's a really nice sound. Sorry, I'm actually looking at Josh. I'm like, Josh, I'm impressed. That's a really good sound. It's hard to say without hearing back to back, and that's gonna be the fun thing on this recording. From the warm mic pickup to the voice print, how exactly it sounds. So here's our microphone. And then the voice print. That's pretty cool. Okay, it's a nice sound. So we know, I will say this, whatever it's doing, it's better than just the pickup, period. It's better than just the pickup. All right, so now let's see if we can create a tone print with a different guitar and have it sound good. Or have it sound like that guitar. So, all right, we're gonna try this guy. All right, so now we're gonna try the voice print with an entirely different guitar, different body shape, different tone width, different builder, different pickup. So this is an Alamo exclusive Taylor K24 CE. Isn't it pretty? And it has Taylor's ES2 pickup system, V-class bracing, and it's all Koa. So acoustically, it sounds dramatically different than the Gibson. Since the pickup technology is different, that's an interesting test. And of course, we're going to see if this picks up the nuances of Koa. So I'm fairly familiar with what this guitar sounds like. So let's make a new tone print. All right, so let's see, where do I go on here? I'm going to create a new voice print. I keep calling it tone print. All our bags are gonna be like, get it right. Okay. Step 2, strum chords. All right, sounds a little out of tune. It's not too bad. All right, step 3, individual strings of several chords. Individual notes up the scale, or up the neck. I assume it doesn't have to actually be a scale, it's just picking up notes, right? Generate voice print. Now, it did say there was an advanced voice print, which is interesting because I didn't read anything about that. It's just in the app. All right, let's see. Complete voice print demo on. Wow, that's dramatically different already. All right, we're going to call that 0002. And what's our name? We're going to call it Koa Goodness. Yeah, Koa Goodness. All right. Okay, it's up there. It's muted. I didn't notice that before. I guess it goes to, or maybe I already had it muted. That's what it was. Okay. Bypassed. And voice print. feel like there's too much volume on this. Let me back it off. That is one of the issues, right? You're dealing with different guitars, with different pickups, different gain stages. You hear that? I must be hearing it in the mic, or in the amp. I brought up the Voiceprint level, and I just hear a little weirdness. Interesting. So what this one does is it effectively, I mean, in comparison, the pickup had a lot more treble that was apparent in it, and the Voiceprint version kind of evened everything out. And it was similar on the Gibson, but it was really more on the bass side. You're hearing an airier, just really more natural sound to it. So I'm going to pick some stuff here and bypass versus the Voiceprint. I like it. I like it. All right. Last one, we're going to try the Martin with the Fishman and see how it compares. Okay, so here is our third attempt to flummox the Allerbag's Voiceprint DI. This is a Martin 0016E. This is actually a pre-owned guitar, I noticed. It's nice. It's like brand new. So, hey, you want a good deal on a 0016E, go to alamomusic.com. So we are going to do, again, Voiceprint on this. Still recording on my phone so you can see the process. And it has saved the previous Voiceprints I've made with the little names I gave them. So that's pretty cool. So let's go through this process again. We're going to create Voiceprint. I wonder what advanced Voiceprint is. Let's find out. Oh, that's for feedback analysis. We'll do that another time. Yeah, let's do, just do the regular Voiceprint. Okay. Start. There we do that again. I don't think I had the pickup up. Actually, let's test this. I always get these Fishman seem to be wired differently than the Allerbag's ones. That's a hot pickup. Okay, we got it dialed in. I don't know why the Allerbag's you scroll forward to turn it up. On these you go the other way, but whatever. Let's create our Voiceprint. Just throwing it for loops, all right. All right, generate voice print. Let's see what it sounds like. This is a pretty painless process, honestly. Okay, I gotta tell you that doing the one on, one off, gamers know this is what you do when your wife's around and you're playing a video game. You know, you just have one on so you can hear, and then when she's away, it's game time. Okay, so doing this, what's in my headphones sounds like what's coming out of the guitar. It's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna call this 003, and we're gonna nickname him Marty. Saving. It's pretty amazing you can do this with your phone. All right, we're gonna start with the bypass. So you're able to hear the warm and the bypass sound. Yeah, that's a typical Fishman quack from undersaddle pickups. Y'all know, anyone who grew up in the 90s. It's that Dave Matthews sound. And I'm not a fan of that tone. So let's do the voice print sound now. It's just not as harsh. It's like more natural. Even on the... There's still a little bit of... See how many different violations I can get on this YouTube video. Okay, well, I'm buying one. That's pretty awesome. So, okay, here are my takeaways and some response to this. And also, I want to give you guys some feedback about what happened when we were trying to set this up. So, disclaimers. I think this is fantastic. I think it is a very natural sound. Some people won't like it because it is less in your face. If you are trying to cut through a particular mix when amplified, it's not just you, then I could see you needing more of the direct pickup sound or adjusting the EQ, which basically is saying that the acoustic sound of your guitar sits in the mix and doesn't cut through very well, depending upon your guitar. So your mileage may vary. You can adjust a blend. The voice knob allows you to select how much of the voice print sound you have versus the direct pickup sound. So you might end up doing that, or you might adjust EQ, or you might do a mixture of both. But I think with all three of these guitars, just the very initial voice print we've done sounded better. It sounded more like a natural acoustic guitar. Is it as good as just your acoustic guitar in a microphone? I think it's the closest thing I've heard in an acoustic guitar, and that is including my guitars that have internal microphones in them, which would be fun to do. But I'm impressed with this. Now, some disclaimers. When we were setting this up, this is actually our second unit we've tried. We wondered if there was something wrong with the first one. We've also wondered if instead it was the power supply that it came with. And all of that in the context of we are in a building that is over 100 years old, with various retrofits and power and stuff. So we have our own struggles here. Right, guys? We have our own struggles here. So that might be part of it. But when we plugged in the first one, there was a lot of noise. The noise floor was very high, going through the amp and going directly into our system when we were bypassing our radial DI that we typically use. This is a DI, so we shouldn't need to use the radial DI, but nevertheless, that's what we ended up doing for this video. We didn't go XLR out. We went 1/4 inch into that DI, and then we split the signal. So you might not have that problem at all. Just wanting you to know what we went through. It may be something in the design, the ground lift didn't work, phase didn't work, all that stuff. And adjusting the pad, which you can do, didn't fix it. All that being said, I've got a session DI right now on my pedal board that I use, an LR Bag Session DI, and it's been a great DI. I'm going to replace it with this. I think once you dial this in even more for your specific uses, it's fantastic if you deal with multiple guitars. I think it's great. And I didn't spend any additional time on the voice prints that it was capturing. And so I think playing around with that could give you even better results. So yes, this is impressive technology. Is it exactly what your guitar sounds like? I mean, listening through these giant PreSonus headphones, it sounded, particularly on this guitar, I could say the most like the guitar. So yeah, pretty awesome. Any of you guys out there using one of these, they've been out for a bit, and this first time we had a chance to get our hands on one. I'd like to hear from you. If you have been using them a while, let the rest of us know what your experience has been. If you have tweaked it, if you have done different things. You know, the other thing that comes to mind too, I know this isn't the use case for it. All right, hear me out though. Josh, check this out. Say you have multiple guitars, you set up a tone print, and then you go to a gig and you don't have that guitar, it doesn't matter. So now it doesn't sound like the acoustic sound of the guitar you're playing. It sounds like the acoustic sound of the guitar that you want it to sound like. So, like, you could have a small body guitar sounding like a big old dreadnought that you own. Should I do that? Let's try that. Okay. Let's see if I can make the Martin sound like the Gibson. Okay? Because why not? I've got the preset. So we're just going to go to Voiceprint, Gibby, upload, yes, copying to pedal. And now my Martin sounds like a Gibson. Can I change on the fly? Okay, let's see. Martin. It's subtle, but it's there. Because here's the Martin. Here's the Gibson. That's kind of cool. Could be really interesting with dramatically different guitars, like a parlor guitar and like a big jumbo. Anyways, fun stuff. Okay, so you could conceivably do that, and that is effectively what Fishman did in the Aura pedal years ago. But you couldn't capture the sound of your guitar. They had like this who's who of vintage guitars with high-end equipment, and then they were putting that through, and so your guitar was going to sound like one of those, which sounded great. It just didn't sound like your guitar. So I guess this is the next logical evolution of that idea. So very cool that you can do all of this with an iPhone and a few $100s on a pedal. So there you go. So like I said, let us know in the comments if you've been daily driving one of these or not, and what your experience has been. I'm just going to do that one more time. I wonder if I had it in bypass. Oh yeah, I had it in bypass. That's dramatically different. Listen. Martin. Gibson. How to make a Martin sound like a Taylor? Don't come at me. Everyone's like, wah! I don't like the Taylor one. I think the Taylor's a little bass heavy. It doesn't, I don't know. That was weird. Probably something I did with the Voiceprint. So anyways, cool guitar, or cool guitar technology. If you have an acoustic guitar that you gig with, you do coffee shop stuff, you play at church, you play in a band, you should get this. And you can get it at our website. It's alamomusic.com, and you can order this, and we will have it sent to you. And you can watch my little tutorial for what it's worth, and enjoy better amplified tone, getting closer and closer every day to that holy grail. And if you choose the wrong one, then you end up like shriveling up and blowing away, and nobody wants that. But I think this is on the right path. So let me know your comments, let me know your thoughts. Visit our website if you want more. And if you're new to the channel, we're just about guitars and figuring out what works with you. So if you haven't already, subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos, and keep coming back for more. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.